Blake production.
Yo, what's poppin'? We're gonna do another crypto breakdown today. So, if you haven't seen the first one, that was on October 5th. So I'm gonna do one every once in a while, every few weeks, and it's gonna reference October 5th and to see how much of a percentage gain or loss each of these stocks have made, right? So we're gonna start off with Bitcoin, right? The first video I couldn't get on Instagram because it was at the beginning of October and it was having that funny issues going on with Instagram where it got shut down or whatever. So I wasn't able to upload videos. Check that one out on YouTube only. But since then, Bitcoin's made a 21% gain. That video, Bitcoin was at like 51K. So we're going to start off with Bitcoin. So since then, we've made absolute gains, baby. We made all-time highs. Like, we're at all-time highs in Bitcoin. Well, we were yesterday, and now today we're flushing down. This is what I expect, honestly. I think we could potentially pull back into like the 55K range. I would expect that. Like, we literally have been going straight up since the end of September, so it's been almost a full month. Like, if you caught the bottom of September, that's a 60% trade. Like, that's gnarly, boy. Let's go. So I like Bitcoin right now. If you can't tell, it's a mad bullish environment. I do expect, because we're right back to all-time highs, we might need to stall up here and make a base for a bit. I wouldn't be surprised. But who knows? This could be just a great place to be a dip buy, because we could just be going straight to 100K. It's going to be interesting the next few months. I like this trade. So we got ETH now, right? So ETH has been up 16%. The last video, it was at 3,500, around that area, right? So since then, it's made like, yeah, around a 16% trade. It's interesting, eh? We had a nice cup and handle, or sorry, nice inverse head and shoulders here, and it ended up playing out perfectly. So I like that on Ethereum. It's way too technically clean, man. This is why I absolutely love crypto. So if you look at that, that's a clean inverse head and shoulders. The neckline is right here. We break up over, and it's been great ever since. Again, we're double topping right at this range. We might need some time. We've been just raging since the end of September. So everything's really bullish right now, and it's really exciting. I'm expecting there to be like a mean flush out, like a dirty candle that's going to wick out a bunch of people, and then we're going to continue going. I wouldn't be surprised, man. It happened over here, right? Like, it just happened right over here. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened again, right? This right here probably knocked out a bunch of people. But overall, it's a dirty, dirty pattern here. Like, if we're just straight up looking at it from this perspective, it's a dirty pattern. Like, this is going to, it looks like it wants to rip real bad. So I like Ethereum, I like crypto, I like a lot of the names that I'm going to go through right now. So we got Glxy here. Glxy was up not too much from the last time we posted. We posted at the beginning of October. It was October 5th. Glxy's up like 3.2%. So at the beginning of the month, it was at 2309, 2329. So it's up around 3%, something like that. But overall, I'm going to get another video into Glxy. I don't want to get too deep into it right now. But this bottom support, beautiful. So we're getting a nice bounce right now. Glxy also looks very similar. If we do this, right? It looks very similar to SI. If we look at SI, right? We had this sort of, if we look here, am I right or am I wrong here? I don't know. This pattern looks very similar to me. We had some sort of rising channel kind of going on here. With this one, with Glxy, we might be seeing this start to blast off now. We might be seeing this part of the trend where we go back to all-time highs. So that's what I'm kind of looking for in Glxy right now. The bottoming video will come out in a bit though. So here we got DeFi. DeFi, holy shit, man. It's up 46% since October 5th. I've been posting about DeFi since August 5th. That was when it was at like 83 cents. So like man, like low key, the boy, like I'm low key giving the sauce out, boy. I'm low key giving the sauce out. But no, for all jokes aside, we got a nice trend going on DeFi here. We're following the hype behind the crypto space right now. That's how I'm looking at this trade. We're following the 8 EMA really nice. It's technically it's pretty easy so far for DeFi in my opinion. We had this very large volume day come in. This was telling me that there's going to be higher prices for sure. So this is when my plan was I gathered like I think it was like 2,000 shares at around like 83 cents. And then on this day, it was a couple days later, it made like a big volume day, and that told me, okay, my plan is on the first pullback, I'm going to add in. So the first pullback came and I added in, I think it was around I forget what it was, somewhere on one of these candles. And I added another 3,000 shares. So I have like 5K shares of DeFi right now. That's the trade. And I'm holding because why I held through this month of consolidation is because I was expecting there to be some sort of a pullback to like scare some people out. You know what I mean? Like this was too much too soon in my opinion. This was like 100% trade in like 13 days. Like that's too much too soon in my opinion. So I held through that, and now it looks like we got another big spike in volume, and it looks like this wants to go a little bit higher. So I'm just going to be holding on this trade. I'll probably be taking off 1 or 2K shares around this 321, 350 area. We'll see depending on the next few days and how I see the stock react. Right? So I don't know. I really like the looks of DeFi here though. It's moving nice right here. We got Hut. This one's mean too, right? Beauty, cup, and handle. And since the last video, it's up 11.75%. It was at 12.96 and now it's at 14.45, so it's around 12%. Yeah, that's fair. And we want to see continuation. What I'm liking is these wicks, right? Now, I don't like these ones. These are rejecting higher prices, but the ones that reject lower prices, right? You like that. I think this one was already moving pretty quick. It might just be one of those movers where it does one of these, right? Nice sideways pull, but it keeps going upward. I'm looking for it to make some sort of a pattern at this level, but otherwise, Hut is a hype name. We got Hive. I like Hive. Beauty base at 330 levels, and we get that nice. Look at this volume coming in. Beautiful. So we're into this zone here. We reached $5 today, but we ended up closing at 464. So since the last video, Hive is up 21%. That's pretty good, man. Like, I like that. But there's way better entries we could have been getting on these names. Like, that was a great entry. This base over here looked great. So I like paying attention to a bunch of stocks because like I can now reference them on a day-to-day basis, right? I have like 161 stock watch list where I just go through each one every other day, or every day, and I see how they're performing, and then that's how I get good entries. Like that's how I found the DeFi entry, because I was watching that for like every day for the past like the whole downtrending crypto market from May to the end of summer. So we got Mara here. Mara is up 35% since the end of that video. The end of the last video was 37.35. And Mara's now at 50.85 or 50.91, something like that. Damn, that's like a 36% move. So the reason why I'm doing this, I want to see which one of these names performs the best by the end of this this crypto push. I want to see which one performs the best. Right now, DeFi is in the lead, and that's where a lot of my eggs are. So that's looking very interesting. Bit Farms. This one's only up 2.7%. This one's a lagger. I do like this name though. I'm watching this trend line here. I think once we can break up over this, it'll want to eventually try this $8 range, but there's still a play in here, right? 6 to 8 is a mean trade. I like this trade still. It's up only 2.38% since the last video, but it could be just a lagger in the industry. So don't sleep on Bit Farms. Coinbase, look at this. Buying off this trend line. This bottom trend line was perfect. Since the last video, it's up 25%. It was at 240. October 5th it was. Jeez, so it was at the top of this day. That was a nice day to buy. Yeah, so we got a nice 25% move-ish. 24.7%. It looks like it wants to go higher with the space if it continues. Otherwise, this is a nice base, right? Think about all this area. This is a big base. And then it took off. So these are patterns that I'm looking to like keep in a logbook. I use Evernote and I keep these patterns in a playbook, so like I could go over them and recognize them, so then when I see names in the future I could reference the playbook. If you want me to make a video on that playbook, let me know. I could definitely do that. We got SI here, and this is the last one, and it is actually down 3.64%. So this looks like this is where Glxy is right now, in my opinion, like right here. And when we made this video at the beginning of the month, beginning of October 5th, where was it? It was already on this day, right? So it already made its gains. It's actually down 3 point something percent. It was at 153 when I made the last video. So I think it's shaping up another pattern to make a bigger move. But overall, my main focus on this trade is making, I'm not in all these names, but on this name, on this stock, on this technical setup, I'd be focusing on this resistance flipping into support. If that could happen, then a lot of things will get more bullish, in my opinion. So that's the breakdown. Enjoy the weekend. Cheers.